Konnichiwa minasan, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Reina Scully, coming to you from Tokyo and New Jersey. That is right, I am in the East Coast, back in the States, visiting friends, family, and getting vaccinated. So it's been over a year and a half since we've been back in the US, which is the longest time I've ever been away. First, Japan fully shut their borders down for a good chunk of 2020, and most people couldn't leave and come back unless you had special circumstances. The rules and protocols keep changing, but as of this video right now, if you are a Japanese national like myself, or if you have Japanese residency status like a Zaidu card, you are free to leave Japan and re-enter so long as you follow all these rules. So this process of preparing to leave Japan and eventually re-enter is time-consuming, laborious, and nerve-wracking, but it's also a very unique experience that I don't think I will be doing again anytime soon, so I thought I would document it and share it with you. Maybe it might even be useful to some of you that are thinking of leaving and re-entering Japan. Maybe you want to see what it's like. Our journey begins, as I just mentioned, in Tokyo a day before our flight, where we needed to be tested for COVID and produce a piece of documentation that is official that proves that we have tested negative, and it needs to be within 72 hours of our departure flight. The exact requirements differ based on the airline. We flew United, and it needed to be a molecular or antigen test. Ohayou gozaimasu. We are on our way to the clinic to get COVID tested for our flight. This is an English-friendly PCR testing clinic, so hopefully everything just goes really smoothly. The appointment was very easy to get. Everybody was super helpful over the phone, so I'm expecting them to be just as helpful, if not more wonderful, in person. I'm like nervous, I don't know why. I've never been COVID tested before. And this is going to be a nasopharyngeal, so they're going to go way up the nose. Pretty much everybody I know in the States has been COVID tested in that way, so we'll be joining that club in a few minutes. Alright, this seems to be it. This TC clinic, T-Care clinic. Okay, oh, let's go. Alright, that was it. We were in and out of there in like 7 minutes. They have English and Japanese support. The person at the reception was extremely helpful. You just answer 2 questions about whether you've been in contact with anybody that has COVID and whether you have any symptoms whatsoever. Pretty much same as the questionnaire, and then you're just taken into a room and tested. So they go up both nostrils with the same swab. And I was expecting it to be so horrible because I've seen other people get tested and like they cry and they sneeze and they like kind of choke on it, so I kind of over prepared myself mentally, and it was not bad whatsoever. Like, I've done way worse to my own self before. So we asked for same day results, and it should arrive between 7 and 9 p.m. They're going to call us via line. And we have to pick up the certification from a different location, which is a little odd, but I guess maybe it's not so odd. But yeah, everything was super freaking simple. I highly recommend it, except for the fact that it is a little expensive. I'm pretty sure it's going to come back negative, but we're not really out of the woods yet. So I guess I won't feel fully prepared until we get the correct paperwork back, the certification I was mentioning before. Maybe I won't even feel fully prepared until we're like at the gate, or maybe even on the plane. I don't know. I haven't felt like anxious in a very long time, and we also haven't traveled in a very long time, so I don't know how to feel. Just a little wacky, I guess. It is now hideously bright outside, which is actually, I mean, it's a nice day. It's just getting really, really hot. But we are now on our way to have lunch with Rin Rin and we're gonna go have some burgers, which is really exciting because we've been craving burgers for a while now, and there aren't very many good burger places around Mishima, so really excited, also really hungry now. I'm also really happy that I get to see Rin before we go, because once we go, we won't be back here for like 2 months, or we won't be available again for 2 months or so. So yeah. Okay, the light is almost green. I'm like staying underneath this shaded area until the lights turn because it's too hot. And look, there's another little IKEA here. Yo, IKEA is so popular in Japan right now.
Oh my gosh, so happy to see you.
So happy to see you. Okay, itadakimasu. So we got the call that we are both negative of COVID. Yes. Okay, so we actually got the call while we were still with Rin. So we parted ways, and now we are going to go pick up the official paperwork and certification that should be accepted by the airport and the airline, and we are one step closer to getting vaccinated in New Jersey. It is exactly as described on the little paper we got. All right, here we go. So this is what the health certificate looks like. The most important part is obviously laboratory result, and also that it was a nasopharyngeal swab. And you also need the signature of the doctor, and also the address and phone number of where you had your PCR test. So this should be more than enough for our flight tomorrow. And before we head to Narita Airport, I'd like to thank Surfshark for sponsoring this video. As you may already know, Surfshark is my favorite VPN service. It is astonishingly affordable, and I am literally always using it. Most importantly, it keeps me safe by encrypting my information, so I don't have to worry about anybody trying to access my data, which is especially important when you are traveling and relying on public Wi-Fi. Plus, you won't get targeted ads because Surfshark will protect you from the internet eavesdropping on you and learning about you without you knowing it. But the best part, it allows you to access movies and TV shows from Netflix and other streaming services that aren't normally available in your area. All you have to do is set your region, and Netflix will automatically populate everything that can be watched from that region. For example, Studio Ghibli movies are not available in Japan or the US, but if you set your location to Australia, you can now watch all of these Studio Ghibli films. Plus, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you could test out Surfshark risk-free to see if you like it. I think you will. For more information, click the link in my description below and use my coupon code Reina Scully to get 83% off and 3 months for free. Now let's make our way towards Narita Airport so I can show you what it looks like right now. It's so noisy. The day has finally come. We are officially on our way to the US. I'm sorry it's so noisy because we are hauling lots of luggage filled with clothes and snacks and omiyage for everybody. I actually haven't even told a bunch of our friends that we're even coming because I didn't want to tell them that we were coming and then end up having to cancel. That's already happened a few times, so this time I just decided to keep it quiet until we were absolutely certain that we can go. All right. Hopefully everything goes as smoothly as it did yesterday. We're taking a very different route than we normally take. We usually go to Tokyo Station and get on the very cheap $10 bus that brings you from Tokyo Station straight to Narita. But since we, oops, oh no. So yeah, this is the train that we're gonna take straight to Narita because we happen to be in Nihonbashi, and here it is. Okay, this entire car is empty. I don't think I've ever been on a train so empty before. It's kind of freaking me out. Everyone left once we entered Chiba. It is so empty. This is the train station terminal that lets you enter Narita Airport. And it's almost like scary how little people there are in here. This is extremely freaky. There are barely any people in this international departures wing. It is so eerie. Our flight, where's our flight? Okay, it's there, we're good. We're good. The San Francisco one's canceled. There's so many cancellations. This is horrifying. What time is it right now?
1 o'clock.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock. That's not so bad.
No, we don't have to wait that long.
We don't have to wait too long. Okay, so they can't accept our luggage and the counters don't open until 2:15 because I think our flight at 5:15 is the only flight today from United leaving from Narita Airport. International flight anyway. So we can't get rid of these guys yet. But that's okay. Again, I thought we were here like way earlier, but I feel like getting up those escalators took really long. We arrived at like 12:30, so okay. It's not bad. What do we do? You want to just like eat? But like we can't eat with all the stuff. Like, you want to bring it up another set of escalators?
I'm hungry.
Okay, all right, okay. Absolutely everything is closed. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know why I'm shocked, but every single store, every eatery in the Narita, like, pre-gate mall is closed. Oh, some restaurants are open. Okay, that's good, that's good. Since there are very little eateries open, we went to the Chinese food place. Cheers to our last meal in Japan for now. Itadakimasu. I'm now just on my way to the Lawson that is at the very end of the South Wing to grab some onigiri and some sandwiches for our flight. By the way, that Chinese food place with that noodle, so good. It was delicious. I'm so happy that everything else was closed and we decided to go there. Any good gachas? Oh, lots of Sanrio stuff, but oh, no Pokemon. Usually there's a lot of Pokemon stuff. Too bad. All right, here we are. Okay. We can't get any drinks because we're on the other side of the gate. But food is okay. What? This looks so healthy. Not one store is open inside of the terminals. This is kind of sad. Oh, but I think a duty-free shop is open. Now, let me take a second to show you just how empty this boarding gate area was. I've obviously never seen it like this in my life, and I flew out of JFK right after 9/11, and this is far fewer people than that time. I encountered only one other person on the walkway. I mostly saw employees, not passengers, and there were about 11 people total waiting for a flight, our flight, in this entire international departures area. It was pretty surreal getting on our flight. I think what I mentioned before in the vlog about not feeling as though it's actually happening until I was physically on the plane, that sensation was kicking in. The plane was very clean. You're given super strong sanitizing wipes. Everybody was incredibly spaced out. You basically got an entire row to yourself, and everyone wore masks the entire flight. It was really nice to be able to stretch out so much across 3 seats, and the bathrooms were never crowded. Also, the food was good. I don't remember this much detail going into previous in-flight meals. We got rice crackers, a Japanese daifuk dessert, and a faux bibimbap with chicken and rice. It was weird, but a lot better than what I remember. Then, after 4 movies, several failed naps, and a nauseating descent into the New York airspace, we arrived in Newark. Our arrival process was actually very smooth. Again, since there were so few people, the line for customs went super quick. There was a lot of security, basically 1 security officer for every single passenger. Everyone was being watched very closely. We got stopped several times and were asked where we were coming from, but the moment we said Japan, they were like, all right, good answer, move along. It was such a huge relief to physically leave the airport and get on the turnpike. A lot of you know that my husband and I grew up in New Jersey together, so getting on a familiar highway and passing exits that you know is really comforting. Now, this next part is the last installment of this vlog where I actually get the first vaccine dose. Whoa, there's like no way to stop this brightness, huh? Ohayou gozaimasu! It is 7:45 a.m. and we are on our way to get the first vaccination shot. We're gonna do Pfizer because that is what Japan is administering. And let's see, we landed last night. Yeah, I don't know, am I nervous? I don't think I'm nervous. I just haven't had a flu shot in so long. I like forgot what it was like. I know you get a little sore on your arm, and normally everybody says that the first shot doesn't do much, but the second shot is what knocks you out. When's the last time you got a flu shot?
College.
You got it in college?
Probably.
Actually, I guess me too. I think freshman year of college must have been the last time because I dormed, and I'm pretty sure it's required if you dorm. But, all right, college. We're so responsible as adults. Whoa, this is kind of a lot of people. Okay.
Where do we go?
We have an appointment though, so main entrance, I think left right here. Yeah. Wow, this is cool. I don't know if they're gonna let me film in there. I might just like maybe use my cell phone if they allow me to, but I feel like they're not gonna let me like just put up a camera like this. All right, if that's the case, I hope it's like still visually effective. And if I can't shoot anything, super sorry. I was able to get some stuff on my phone. I don't know why it stretched the video all wide, but that's it. Got my first shot. That was wonderful. It was so well organized. Everything was so smooth. We ran into literally exactly 0 issues. And there you have it. That was what my 72 hours was like coming from Tokyo to New Jersey. Unfortunately, we are not seeing too many people since we aren't fully vaccinated yet. We are going to prioritize seeing family that are fully vaccinated. And then after getting our booster shot, we are going to try to see as many people as possible in a safe manner before we start heading back to Japan. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and found it interesting interesting seeing what it's like to fly internationally right now, specifically from Japan to the United States. It is expensive and laborious to do so much before even getting on a flight, but we didn't run into any issues whatsoever, so being that prepared did pay off. I am absolutely loving being back in New Jersey right now. I love hanging out with my in-laws. I can't wait to see our friends, and I love eating all of the trashy processed junk food that the US has to offer. I love that shit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what your reaction is to my travel experience, what you thought of Narita Airport being so empty, and feel free to leave any questions regarding Japan travel. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability, but again, things like rules and protocols keep changing, so it might be out of date. Just please cross-reference with Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. So, じゃあまたね!